So we've arrived on site. Here it is, Arendsnes Conference Centre, log cabins and the Caravan Park. Just under 3.5 hectares of coastal belt, absolutely stunning environment. And this was the dream of Louis and Bessie Krief for the past 41 years as they created this entire resort in the fabulous setting of Cintsa East, situated on the corner of STEENBRAS and Cintsa Drive. Cintsa East is so well known to the local Eastern Cape fraternity. Picturesque, unspoiled, desolate beaches. Right across the road from the resort, you've got the Cintsa Club with volleyball court, tennis courts, bowling greens, and they've also got the deep sea fishing club as well. Other noteworthy businesses and resorts that are in close proximity are Crawford's Cabins, you've got Prana Lodge, and then you've got your main road in Cintsa East with its smaller eateries and little supermarket to go as well. We're very excited about this opportunity. Realize our sellers are 85 and 79 years of age. Certainly done an excellent job here and ready to hand over. Their family has made the decision this property must go. And due to health reasons and Louis Krief being in frail care at this point in time, the creator of this magnificent resort, definitely there's opportunity out here for an avid, inspiring purchaser. This property comprises of 45 separate units for accommodation, and that includes from the main homestead to the general accommodation. There are 35 campsites as well, and I'm going to take you through this property bit by bit, break it down and get right down to the nitty-gritty of why this is an excellent property investment for now and in the future. Up until present, the family has been keeping the property maintained, so it's still in a maintained condition. However, decor within, just speaking openly, in my opinion, is still 90s or from the early 2000s. Needing a refurb, needing an upgrade to put it really back on the map and take it to the next level. Let's get you through to reception and showing you the communal facilities that this property offers. Welcome to Arendsnes Reception. There we go. This is the ingenious plan of this site that was put together by Louis Krief with his vast engineering background. Here's the back end and the office space where the staff work to keep this property in tip-top functioning order. In the past, this resort was highly successful with conferencing. Government, municipalities, even Mercedes-Benz apparently used this facility. This is the main conference hall that we're in at the moment. Seats 200, huge screen on the front for presentations, ample seating and tables to go. I'm going to show you something here. This is the detail that was put in on this property from inception with the creation. That's the sewer layout, electrical and water for this property. The property has 2 Eskom points and it has a borehole which is not in use at present. Apparently the casing is enclosed and needs to be reopened. Otherwise there is the normal supply of municipal water to this property. So well put together, so well designed. Straight off the conferencing area, and remember we have 2 conference facilities, a 200-seater and then a smaller 60-seater as well. But here we have the dining area, seating, tables, chairs and bain-marie set up right the way through to serve that food nice and hot to your patrons. Kitchen just off the back of the dining area, fully kitted out with the stainless steel equipment and a rather large cold room as well for the storage of food. So in the past there was a liquor license on this property, now lapsed, but obviously some good times were certainly held at this pub for patrons and for conferencing as well. Real nice way to finish off the day and unwind. So this is the second conference hall. Actually still quite roomy and spacious, but certainly if it's a smaller crowd, they're not going to feel lost in this one. Now this is what I call proper bright time. So for all your catering needs, this is where it was done out here. Absolutely sensational facilities and so well built and put together. Check at this huge undercover area for guests and folk using the Arendsnes Resort. Massive and beautiful swimming pool right here with a little component for a baby pool as well for safety. A great entertainment facility, a place to chill around the pool with your family. I mean, how many resorts can boast a full-on super tube? This is for real. Utility buildings are of utmost importance on a resort type complex property such as this. Why? Because you need space to store your machinery and equipment for the running of such a property. This building behind me is freestanding, 3 garage entrances from the front, remote gates in front of me, and then around the side a further 2 doors as well. I would estimate the size inside can take up to 8 to 10 motor vehicles. High volume sealing as well, but that's where you're going to keep your ride-on lawnmowers, your weed eaters, and everything else that you need to run this complex or resort meticulously in the future. So as mentioned earlier on, this sale comes lock, stock and barrel with everything. And I'd also like you to take note that this is a VATable transaction. Please remember that. Here we go. This is where the ironing gets done. This is where the washing gets done. That serves our Arendsnes Resort, Cintsa East, Eastern Cape. So as mentioned, there are 45 individual units on the Arendsnes Resort. I'm going to show you an example of a 1-bedroom unit now. There are 23 1-bedroom units on site on this property. Let's go through and have a look. I'll break it down. Lovely spacious bedroom. It's got the pitched high volume ceilings. Comes with the little dressing table, built-in cupboards, kitchenette, well positioned, bar fridge, and then its own dedicated ensuite bathroom with a shower, toilet and basin. The size feels like 20 square meters, and just outside the front door is a little undercover area that's decked as well. One thing I've got to say about this property is the parking. There's absolutely mounds of well-positioned parking which is very secure. You'll notice as we're walking through this property, the topography and the natural indigenous bush is absolutely mind-blowing. It's that coastal, thick East Coast bush full of bird life and nature with the sounds of the ocean just at your back. So we've got 17 2-bedroom units. I mean, look at the deck, undercover, and the view that you get from these units. I mean, right down the Cintsa beach, all the way down to Cintsa West. There you can see the folk having their leisurely stroll in the morning. What a lifestyle, absolute bliss and ambience. I still just can't get my mind around this property as I'm walking around it. How the owner, over 41 years, was able to put in the quality type of infrastructure that he did. From terracing, to leveling up parkings, to putting his units in such appealing and authentic little positions within this Arendsnes Resort. I can't imagine or comprehend how many hours it took to put this property together. An absolute masterpiece and a work of art which is ready to be passed on as a legacy. Come inside and have a look at this beautiful 2-bedroom unit. 17 on this property. Lovely lounge, spacious, comes fully furnished, cutlery, fridge, open plan kitchen, little 2-plate stove with oven, and then you've got your 2 bedrooms and your family bathroom. An excellent space to relax in peace and quiet. So behind myself I found another storage unit here. probably about 150 square meters in size. So the amount of buildings on this property is exponential actually. So in the caravan park component of Arendsnes, there's 37 sites in total, terraced over 2 sections, majority down here at the bottom. But I mean, it's absolutely mind-blowing how beautiful this is. You've got the canopy of trees that come over you. Everything's just segregated and set out so perfectly. Clean ablution facilities dotted around within the caravan park. No wonder this has been such a popular destination for holidaymakers over December's or the Easter period, and long weekends included. So as an auctioneer, you're continually wrapping your head around the best way to take this property to market, to get the ultimate out for our seller, and also knowing the situation that this property is a seriously urgent sale. A juggling act, but the Auction One team's here to do it. So the ablution facilities around have ample showers within, toilets, basins, and even a place to change your little baby. I mean, how's that for attention to detail and thought? So I'm with Ilse van der Westhuizen, and her mother and father created this absolute sanctuary right here on our east coast of East London in the Eastern Cape. And I'm really taken back by this property. I can see it's so sentimental, this property. And Ilse, this is more than just a development of a property that took place over 41 years. What did earth 44 Cintsa mean to your father, who was an engineer that came down to his oasis? What did this place mean to him and your mom?
Sure. For them it was just a project that they've always done projects together, and Arendsnes was just one of those projects that they tackled together, and it became my dad's hobby to develop this property, and with everything that he knows and his engineering skills, what he's done here, I don't think one person can ever do in their lifetime again.
I agree totally with what you're saying. When you see the amount of work that's gone into this property, it's uncomprehendable, and people need to come and see that and see the value that they're going to get out of this property. Because I can reassure you, to try and rebuild something or recreate this would cost you over 100 million rand if you bring in a team to try and do this. But I could see that his workmanship around here, this was not just normal workmanship. He was truly passionate about the Cintsa area.
Yeah, this was his hobby. He loved Arendsnes, and he built my mom the most beautiful house, just to say thank you that she actually did join him in this venture of theirs.
Well, you can certainly see that it's totally inspired by just the way you've seen this place has been put together. Everything, just the quality of the build, barely anything has got a crack in, yeah. So, but thank you for that, and yeah, thank you for allowing us to explore the opportunity of this property as well. It's really magnificent, and I'm sure our next buyer is going to be so happy when they get this property. It's time to pass this legacy on. Excellent road network throughout Arendsnes, and we're now in the park home area, which actually, when I got here, I was asking, where are the park homes? They've been cladded over, and they're actually very neat. We've got 4 park homes that also come with, they're freestanding and separate, 1 3-bedroom unit and 3 2-bedroom units. What a blessing. And literally, this is the cherry on top, the X factor, the ultimate bonus. And this is what Mr. and Mrs. Schreef's daughter was explaining in our video earlier. This was a tribute from her father to her mother for the assistance in creating this sanctuary, Arendsnes. He built her a home on top of the dune at Chintsa East, unobstructed sea views, looking out over our Indian Ocean. How do you get here? Its own private cable car. Come on guys, where do you find something as unique as this? You don't. This is where the resort took its name from, and I welcome you to the official Arendsnes. It's a beautiful thatch roof home, cool in summers, warm in winters, a well thought out build with aluminium windows and face brick right the way around on the exterior to avoid our harsh coastal climate and conditions. Let's go have a look at this one. Everything custom, everything authentic. Hello Mrs. Shreff, how are you? A view from virtually every single room on this property. Expansive open plan living areas, neatly tiled out. We've got up to 3 lounges in this area and a dining room. You've got an indoor entertainment area with built-in bra and a fantastic open plan hardwood kitchen, granite tops, built-in stove, oven, center island, as well as a separate scullery. A beautiful sunroom, an excellent entertainment area, and its own built-in bra as well. Although built on top of a sand dune, you'll battle to find a crack in this home. This property was built on a raft type floating foundation setup. Highly technical, but hey, wouldn't you expect that when everything else is pretty much the best right here? The design and flow of this home is excellent, with 5 bedrooms and 3 bathrooms, 2 being en suite, and then you've also got your private guest loo as well. The home is set over 2 levels. You've got the ground floor and then you've got the first floor as well. The prudent design allows for living areas, kitchen and entertainment areas to be kept separate from sleeping quarters. So we're up in the upper floor loft area, 3rd lounge, and I've come across something which is really interesting and thought-provoking. And this is where Louis Greef designed his entire Arendsnes from. He has his drawing board, as an engineer, knowing how to put things together, and I even found a drawing right over here. Still an original drawing, one of his drawings. So isn't that quite fitting, yeah, to the outcome of this property and the way it's presented. Okay, so who knows what this is? So if you're a young boy and you grew up on the East Coast like I did in the Cintsa area, and I had a friend with a holiday cottage at Crawford's Cabins, we used to walk along the beach below us and we'd see this big spotlight. That's a ship spotlight up on this deck. And the story goes that Louis Greef used to, at night time, for a bit of entertainment and check what was going on, he used to shine this down on the beach, and extremely powerful light, until eventually the maritime officials got hold of him and said, Louis, please, enough with the light now. You're confusing our ships out at sea. So there's a bit of history for you on this property. Yeah. And here we are out on one of the decks of this property. Absolute stunning views out here, all the way down to, I would think that's Hugger, Marstrand or Carmouth in the distance over there. Absolutely expansive, beautiful, looking out over our East Coast natural biome. Outside, beautiful ocean breeze, loads of decking out here. Awesome for entertaining the family, guests or friends. Here's something special for this property perched right on top of the sand dune. Its own private little jacuzzi, decked, undercover, thatched, overhead. Beautiful views of the ocean. Over time, the sea bush has encroached and has grown, so it could do with a trim to bring back those expansive views. But that is world-class, 5-star for sure. So Mrs. Greef, this is what I would call a very sentimental type property. Obviously 41 years of your life. Since 1986, I saw on that title deed, you've plowed your lives, into this Arendsnes and it's something monumental, and I cannot believe what has actually been achieved by human beings with a limited amount of, you know, machinery, just absolute thought and process. So it's a privilege for us at Auction One, firstly, to take this property to auction, to be chosen, and yeah, we thank you for that. And yeah, I just wanted to know from you what this property just means to you and to your family, and that now you're ready to hand it over, you know.
It's a sad story to hand it over, but you know what? The time is right. We had the best times of our life here, and we didn't look back. We just looked forward all the time. And yeah, that was a privilege to be here and in this house for 29 years. And there was nothing. It was a sand dune, and my husband Louis just looked at it and he said, I'm gonna build a house here because I want something special to go down with. I don't want a road here, I want something special, and I'm gonna think what I can do. And I put the house on a scale, and I planned it, and he said, that house is too big. I said, no, make it smaller, but it's still very big now that we're alone here. But if the children are here over December, and that we're 24, you know, 25, and now they all are big, so they bring their friends with them, so it's very happy. But it's sad that my husband had to go this way, but I think it's better for him not to see that we're leaving this place.
Yes, because this was his dream, it was his creation.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, and yeah, it's really a mammoth, you know, achievement.
It is.
Yeah.
He's a very, very clever man. He worked for Marion Robertson. He did some. He did all the steel shutters. You know, that's where they do forming concrete works. He was working there for a long time, and he was really a star in all cases.
Excellent, excellent. Yeah. Well, thank you so much for that, Mr. Schreef, and I love your positivity, I love your energy, and I'm sure that's just going to carry forward into our auction, and our new owners can be thankful that you and your husband, you know, gave this property such thought. Just under 3.4 hectares of development. And there we go, in your very own private cable car, all the way down to your garages where your car would park. Show me another property as unique as this. Show me another property as picturesque as this and well put together. Justin Rothbart, Auction One. Don't miss the date for this auction. On site right here at Arendsnes, 29th of October 2025. Our auction will commence at 11 a.m. sharp. Remember, this is a VATable transaction, and it is zoned Resort 1. We look forward to your inquiries. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, guaranteed. Here we are over the canopy of trees as we're coming down on the cable car. Magnificent indigenous bush, and there's a solar-powered backup system just in case the lights go out. Bidders, property purchasers, folk who are interested in redeveloping, current resort owners, consortiums, meaning a few owners coming together to purchase this together as one. Consider this property. It offers so much potential. I have the professional valuation, which the sellers have furnished to myself, dated 2017. We're going to have it up on our website for your viewing. There's a lot of interesting information on that valuation. Please note the pricing on the valuation is of seriously high value. However, our sellers are not focused on that pricing from the valuation of 2017. It's a serious sale. They need this property sold. Their attorney has the original title deed. It's ready to go. There is over 3,500 square meters of buildings and improvements on that valuation. Have a read through. This is absolute opportunity, second to none, right here on our unspoiled east coast of the Eastern Cape. Be here. In retrospect, and thinking about this property now, I wonder if it could be subdivided into various components or sectionalized. It's zoned Resort 1. One would have to get hold of the Great Car Municipality, a town planner, a land surveyor, and do your homework on this property. Is there redevelopment potential, as there are 45 separate units? Could they be sold off individually? Could a body corporate be formed and the resort becomes a lifestyle resort for Airbnb or for retired folk, or a bit of both? Holiday makers, sectionalization, body corporate in place, a levy each month for each owner for each unit. Can this be done? And those are the type of questions that any potential purchaser needs to ponder to realize the true value, equity, and potential of this property. That's just how deep you've got to go into it.